Welcome back, friends. Welcome to our 10-minute miracle series of INIFS. Already I have provided you one video related to unit number 29, in which I have revised all the key concepts of unit 29 along with key MCQs in just 10 minutes, and this is the second part of that video, and we are covering unit number 30, money market, and we will cover everything, that is theory as well as MCQs, in 10 minutes. So buckle up for next 10 minutes and listen to each and every word, solve the MCQ, and we have ultimate confidence in solving any type of question related to unit 30. So are you ready? So let's begin. So first thing first, what is money market? Money market is where short-term funds are borrowed and lent. Think of it as a way for bank and financial institutions to manage their daily cash flow. It also helps the central bank control the flow of money in the economy. That is central bank intervention. So now let's talk about the type of money in the market. First thing is call money. It is borrowed for just 1 day. Next is notice money. It is borrowed for 2 to 14 days. Next is term money. It is borrowed for 14 days to 1 year. Now, who can borrow or who can lend in the money market? The first come a scheduled commercial bank. See, a scheduled commercial bank can borrow or lend up to 100% of their capital fund on daily basis, on average day, and on a single day they can go up to 125%. So on average daily, the 100% of the capital fund scheduled commercial bank can borrow or lend. Two things: either they can borrow or they can lend 100% of their capital fund. Now payment bank and regional rural bank follow the same rule. As you can see, it follow the same rule at a scheduled commercial bank. And for term money, it is board approved limit. Now cooperative bank, the cooperative bank can lend or borrow up to 2% of their total deposit from the last financial year. So whatever they have deposited in the last financial year, only 2% of that cooperative bank can lend or borrow. And primary dealer, who specialize in government security, can borrow or lend up to 225% of their own fund. So now here comes the RBI supervision. So Reserve Bank of India set the rule for everyone involved in the money market. This include banks, this includes insurance companies, this includes primary dealers, etc. Think of it as RBI acting as a referee, making sure everyone follow the rules. Now the question is, who are the participants in the money market? First comes banks and primary dealer. So they can both borrow and lend money. Next comes non-banking institution. They can only lend money but cannot borrow. Next comes prudential limits. Each participant can only borrow or lend up to a certain limits, which is approved by the regulator, that is our RBI. Now next question, what are treasury bills? Treasury bills help the Indian government raise short-term fund. There are 3 types of treasury bill based on their duration, right? So treasury bill finance short-term debt of the government of India. The first is 91 days, 182 days and 364 days. These are issued through auction. Where investor can buy them. Both big player like companies and a small retail investor can take part. And eligibility, that is eligibility. So remember some important points. RBI can use an electronic platform called NDS call. You can see it. RBI can use electronic platform called NDS call for treasury bill, and RTGS is used to settle payment, ensuring money moves in real time, and on the due date the government repay through RTGS as well, right? Now next concept is, who can invest in treasury bill and what are certificate of deposit. Let's move forward. See, eligible non-resident. So who is eligible? Non-resident NRI, non-resident Indian, overseas citizen of India, foreign portfolio investor can invest if they have government approval and they follow FEMA provision. Now next come non-competitive participation. See, some group don't need to compete in auction for treasury bill. Who are they? So it includes state government and union territory, provident fund, and then foreign central bank like those from Nepal, Bhutan, and even individual can join it without competitive bidding. Now let's talk about treasury bill and CMB. CMB is cash management bill. See, what is this all about? These are short-term government debt instrument, and settlement happen on T+1 basis, meaning you will get money the next working day. Minimum amount is 10,000 and its multiple. They are sold at a discount So you pay less than the face value, rupees 100, and get the full amount at the maturity. Now, what about the certificate of deposit? The certificate of deposit are like short-term loans that bank issue. Here is what you need to know. First thing is they are negotiable and they are discounted, meaning you can sell them to other before they mature. Next thing is issuer, issued by a scheduled commercial bank and a few selected financial institution. They can range from 7 days to 1 year, and the minimum amount to invest is 5 lakh. This is about the CD. Now, CD is some more points related to the CD like tenor. So already we have told you that who can invest in CD. So investor can be in individual companies, and even NRI can invest. And restriction, you can't take a loan against the CD. You can't take a loan against the certificate of deposit. Remember this point. Loan is not allowed against certificate of deposit. You can see individual, corporation, NRI, these are the eligible. No loans against CD even unless RBI allow it, and bank can buy back allow after 7 days. Now commercial paper. Commercial paper are a bit different. They are unsecured money market instrument introduced in 1990. This means there is no collateral backing them, so only trusted high rated company can issue them. Now what you need to know, first thing is who can issue CP. So big company, corporate, NBFCs, and all India financial institution. Now who can invest? Both resident and non-resident, but not related party like the company's own director or relative. They can't invest. Now credit rating. CP must have at least A3 credit rating from a SEBI registered rating agency. Now next thing is duration. CP can be issued from 7 days to 1 year, and trading, they are traded in the secondary market mainly through brokers. Now, like treasury bill, CP is also issued at discount to their face value, means that you can buy them for less than what you get at maturity. And commercial company can buy back CP after 30 days, but the price depend on the market. Now let's talk about repo and tri-party repo. So repo, repurchase agreement, is a type of short-term loan. First thing is seller. See, seller is the one who needs money. They sell security like bond to get cash. And the next thing is buyer. Buyer is the one who lend money and receive those security as a collateral. Now repo rate is the interest rate on the loan. After the agreed term, the seller repurchases the security at a higher price, and the extra bit is the interest. Now what is this tri-party repo? Tri-party repo works similar to regular repo, but there is an additional third party agent and involved in it. This agent handle everything from collateral management to payment and settlement. What is the role of this tri-party agent? First thing, it ensures that the collateral meets the buyer credit and liquidity needs. Second thing is it manages all the money transfer and paperwork. And the last thing is revaluation. Now who can be a tri-party agent? So first thing is CCIL and NSE. This CCIL and NSE, they are approved tri-party agent. So they are approved by RBI to act like an agent, and to become an agent the company need at least 25 crore capital, experience in financial sector. Now why is tri-party repo so important? In the next slide we will see. See, it make borrowing and lending easier, especially for corporate bond, and reduce the hassle of maintaining collateral. Now let's talk about BRDS, that is bill discounting system. Bill rediscounting system. It is a way for bank to raise fund while supporting business with liquidity. So this BRDS help bank provide cash quickly by discounting genuine bill of exchange, which are like IOU. In turns, bank raise money through DUPN. What is this DUPN? Derivative Usance Promissory Note. Now how does it work? See, it work when a business sell goods on credit. It get a bill of exchange, right? Whenever a business sell goods on credit, the business gets a bill of exchange. The bank buy this bill at a discount, giving the business cash upfront. Now bank can then use this discounted bill to get fund by issuing an DUPN. Bank issue this DUPN. When the bill mature, the buyer of the goods pay back the bank, and the bank repay the lender. So now here are the key points. First thing is eligible bills. Only bills that are unencumbered, meaning not already placed, and have a maximum tenure of 90 days can be used. An ineligible bill from finance company or bill from internal business like house bill don't qualify. How it is paid? The borrower receives the principal amount minus the interest upfront, and the lender get the full principal amount when the bill mature. Now, effective yield. The return for the lender is usually higher than the discount rate due to the interest rate being calculated on 365 days. Now, DUPN requirement. Bank must hold the eligible bill until the DUPN mature. If a bill mature early, it has to be replaced with another eligible bill. DUPN are issued without needing to endorse or deliver the bill. Now that's bill rediscounting system. Lastly, let's talk about LTRO. So what is this LTRO all about? LTRO or long-term repo operation was introduced to provide bank with long-term fund at low interest rate. The goal is to ensure bank have enough money to lend out and help the economy grow smoothly. Now, what is the objective of this LTRO? This LTRO help with maturity transformation, and it enable durable liquidity assurance. Simply put, it gives bank access to fund for a longer period so that they can lend more efficiently. Next is tenor. Bank can borrow money from 1 year to 3 year under this scheme. Total amount. This took place first on February 17 and February 24, 2020 with 25,000 crore each. Now platform. It is LTRO are conducted through the e-Kuwait platform at a fixed rate which is same as the current policy repo rate. And bidding. The minimum bid amount is 1 crore, and if too many bids are received, the allotment is made pro rata allotment. Now why is LTRO important? LTRO allow bank to borrow at lower interest rate for longer period, making it easier for them to provide loan to businesses and individuals. So now let's do first question. These are the theory portion, and now let's do first MCQs based on the topic which we have covered just now. Which of the following statement about the money market and the participation of different banking entities is correct? So first is okay, let me move to the call money is a type of money market instrument with a maturity of 2 to 14 days. This is the first question that it says. And so what do you think? Call money 2 to 14 days? This is incorrect. Call money and maturity of 1 day. Next question, next option is a scheduled commercial bank can invest up to 125% of their capital fund in call or notice money on a given day. This is correct. Remember it. Next is payment bank can only invest in call money up to a limit of 100% of their capital fund. So this is incorrect because payment bank and RRB have the same limit as a scheduled commercial bank. And last option say primary dealer are allowed to invest up to 225% of their aggregate deposit in call notice term money. This is also incorrect because primary dealer are allowed to invest 225% of their NOF, not aggregate deposit. So this word aggregate deposit is wrong here. Now let's see the next question. Next question says that which of the following statement regarding the supervision of Reserve Bank of India and the characteristics of treasury bill is correct? First option say non-banking institution can act as both borrower and lender in the money market under RBI guideline. This is incorrect because non-bank institution can only act like a lender, like not as a borrower. Option B say treasury bill are issued by Government of India through a competitive auction system only. This is also incorrect. Treasury bill are issued as both as a competitive and non-competitive auction, not just competitive. That's why this option is incorrect. Let's go to option C. The RBI use NDS call system for issuing and setting treasury bill through the RTGS. This is correct. RBI use NDS call system for issuing and setting treasury bill through RTGS. Next option say only bank and primary dealer are eligible to participate in treasury bill auction. This is incorrect because treasury bill are open to variety of participants including a state government, companies, institution, trust, retail investor, etc. So option number C is the correct answer. Now let's move on to the next question. Which of the following statement about treasury bill and their non-resident participation is correct? So option A say NRI and OCI can participate in treasury bill through competitive auction only as per FEMA provision. This is incorrect. NRI, OCI, FPI can participate in non-competitive auction, not like competitive auction. That's why this option is incorrect. Option B says foreign central bank including those from Nepal and Bhutan are eligible to participate non-competitively in all type of treasury bill. So this option is also incorrect because this foreign central bank from Nepal, Bhutan can participate non-competitively in 91 days treasury bill only. Remember, it is just 91 days, not all type. There are 3 types, 91, 182 and 364. But this foreign central bank including Nepal and Bhutan can participate in only 91 days. This is incorrect. Option C says treasury bill are settled on T+1 basis, meaning settlement day fall on holiday, it moves to the next working day. This is correct one. Option D says the minimum denomination for purchasing treasury bill is 1000. This is correct. This is incorrect. It is multiple of 10,000. Already I have discussed. So option number C is the correct one. Let's see the next question. Which of the following statement about certificate of deposit and commercial paper is correct? Now first option, certificate of deposit are unsecured instrument that can be issued by a high rated corporate for a minimum amount of 5 lakh. This is incorrect because certificate of deposit is issued by a scheduled commercial bank. Okay, and not by and it is not an unsecured instrument. This is also incorrect. Next is commercial paper are negotiable unsecured instrument that can be bought back after 7 days at market price. This is also incorrect. Commercial paper can be bought back after 30 days at market price, not 7 days. Right, while CD can be bought back after 30 days. Remember, CP 30 days and CD 7 days. Remember this thing. This is the buyback period of CP and CD. Next option. Commercial paper must have a minimum credit rating of A1. This is incorrect because the minimum credit rating is A3 and not A1. So you have to remember all these facts. Now, certificate of deposits are negotiable instrument issued by a scheduled commercial bank with tenure ranging from 7 days to 1 year. Correct. Now let's move on to the next question. All these things we have already covered in this particular lecture. Which of the following statement about repo and tri-party repo is correct? In a repo transaction, the seller receives collateral while the buyer receives fund. This is incorrect. In a repo transaction, buyer receives collateral, right? And the seller receives the fund. Remember, we have just told you, right? Buyer receive collateral and seller receive the fund. Next is repo rate determine the interest on the security and influences the repurchase price in collateralized borrowing agreement. This is correct. Repo rate determine the interest on the fund lent and influences the repurchase price. Option C say in a tri-party repo, the third party agent role include collateral management, payment settlement and periodic revaluation of collateral. This is incorrect. Tri-party agent does handle collateral management, payment settlement, revaluation. The role include additional aspect. Option D say tri-party repo agent do not need to have RBI authorization but must have a minimum capital of 50 crore. This is incorrect. First thing, tri-party needs to have RBI authorization and he need to have at least minimum capital of 25 crore, not 50 crore. So that's why option D is incorrect. Now let's move on to the next question. Question is regarding which of the following option regarding BRDS is correct. Option A say under BRDS the bank and financial entity can rediscount only bill with tenure of less than 15 days. So this is incorrect. Under BRDS the tenure for rediscounting ranges from minimum 15 days to 90 days. So this is the range from 15 to 90. This is incorrect. DUPN, that is derivative usance promissory note, are issued to the lender and are backed by unencumbered usance bill from genuine trade transaction. This is correct one. Next three, bill issued by finance company are eligible for rediscounting under BRDS as long as they have maximum tenure of 90 days. So see, bill issued by finance company are not eligible. Remember, finance company bill are not eligible for rediscounting under BRDS. Last option is under BRDS, the effective yield on the bill is typically lower than the discount rate, making it less attractive for lender. This is incorrect. The effective yield on the bill is typically higher than the discount rate, so it is more attractive for the lender, not it is less attractive. Last question, which of the following statement about DUPN and LTRO is correct? So option A say under DUPN requirement bank are not required to replace maturing bill with fresh eligible bill during the DUPN term. This is incorrect. Bank must replace the maturing bill with the fresh eligible bill during the DUPN terms. Option B say the LTRO conducted in February 2020 has a fixed rate set at policy repo rate with minimum bidding amount of 5 crore. So this is incorrect. The minimum bidding amount for LTRO is 1 crore, not 5 crore. Option C say LTRO are designed to provide durable liquidity assurance with tenure of 1 year and 3 years, and the first LTRO was conducted on February 17 and 24, each amounting to 25,000 crore. This is correct. LTRO are provided to, yes, this is correct one. DUPN can be drawn against bill with the endorsement and delivery requirement as per the BRDS guideline. This is incorrect. DUPN are drawn against bill without the need for endorsement or delivery. Friend, if you want PDF of this particular lecture, enroll in our capsule course. The link of the capsule course is provided in the description section. And if you want to listen to more lecture, please write yes in the comment section. I will understand that you want more lecture like this. And please hit the like button if you really think that this content is useful to you, and do subscribe our channel for more such content. Thank you.